भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ध्यानमूलं गुरोर्मूर्तिः पूजामूलं गुरोः पदम् मन्त्रमूलं गुरोर्वाक्यम् मोक्षमूलं गुरुकृपा. We'll also study the last two verses, 7 and 8. तावत् सत्यं जगद्भाति शुक्तिका रजतं यथा यावन्न ज्ञायते ब्रह्म सर्वाधिष्ठानमव्ययम् उपादाने अखिलाधारे जगन्ति परमेश्वरे सर्गस्थितिलयान्यान्ति बुद्बुदानीव वारिणी. So last time he has introduced us to beautiful concepts. One about the Adhara, Sarvatharam Advayam Brahma, on which everything is shining. Okay? Until you know the Brahmajnana, everything Jagat appears to be very real. But it is not like it is just like the silver on the oyster shell. Nacre. It's also called nacre. N-E-C-R. N-E-C-R-E. Nacre means the oyster shell. Okay. The second sloka he has told that Upadanam. The Paramatma is the Upadana Karana, is the Nimitta Karana, and he is also the Adhara. Adhara in the previous verse, Upadana and Nimitta, Swargasthiti Layanyanti, Buddha Neva Varini. Just like the water is the cause, the water is the Upadana cause, water is the Nimitta cause, and water also is the substratum for the bubble. The bubble cannot exist without water. The bubble is created by water. Bubble is created by water, and the bubble is supported by the water. So three words: Adharam, support; Upadanam, material cause; and then Nimitta cause, the one which is producing it. So for example, in the world, we have got. So he has given the example, the bubble. The bubble is supported by the water. It is produced by the water. And it is the content of the water. The content of the bubble is just like that. You are the supported by the. You means we. We are supported by the. We are the product of the Brahman. And the Brahman is the one intelligent cause to produce the world. That is the essence of what we learned. Let's go to the today's verse. I will read it. You can also see in that everyone there is in the group. You can open the PDF file there with Shankaracharya image. Go to the last two pages, last three pages. Atma Bodha, verse 9. Satchidatmanyanushyutye सच्चिदात्मन्यनुसूत्येष्यूते नित्ये विष्णौ प्रकल्पिताः व्यक्तयो विविधाः सर्वाः फाटके कटकादिवत्. Once again I will read. सच्चिदात्मन्यनुस्यूते नित्ये विष्णौ प्रकल्पिताः Vyaktayo vividha sarvat atake katakadivat. I will give you the word meaning. He is introducing two beautiful concepts. Okay, let's split word by word. Be attentive. Don't disturb yourself. Okay. Here introducing two new concepts here. Now, upadhi, a concept is being introduced. What is upadhi? Earlier he has introduced three concepts. Adharam, Padana Karanam, Nimitta Karanam are introduced. Now he is introducing a concept called Upadhi. What is Upadhi? That's what he is going to tell us. Now, Satchidatmani, the first word is Sat Chit Atmani. What is the description of Atma? The only description is Sat Chit Atma. Sat Chit Atma. Sat is the existence absolute. Everything has got existence. You have, stable has, the room has, the world has, Bangalore has existence. That existence is the Atma. And we know that it is existing. That knowing is the awareness. That is the Chit. We know several individual things, and all these individual Visheshas are known on the backdrop of the general intelligence. The general light of Surya is there, on that specific objects are known. Like that, the general intelligence of Paramatma, the Chit is there, on that everything is coming down. Okay, Sat Chit Atmani. Then you can't think Sat is somewhere, this side, Chit is somewhere, Atmani. That Sat and Chit are you yourself. Sat Chit Atmani, in the self, who is the nature of existence consciousness. What is the nature of Brahman? You yourself. How are you? I am Brahman, not as the body, but as the Sat Chit in you. Okay? Anusyute. The next word is called Anusyute. Anusyute means interwoven, inseparably woven, pervaded in and through. Okay? For example, this fabric is there. Every fiber is Anusyute, interwoven into this fabric. Without that individual threads, this fabric cannot be there. Something like that, which is inseparably woven or interwoven, is called Anusyute. The third word is introducing is Nitye Vishnu. Oh, he has given a very familiar word to us, Vishnu. No, that is not the Vishnu he is talking. What we know as Vishnu is the Chaturpuja Vishnu, Sri Mahalakshmi husband, and sitting in Vaikuntha or on the Palasamta, that he is not referring. This Vishnu means the eternal, the all-pervading reality. Vishnu by itself, the word itself, the etymological definition of Vishnu, Vyapane, that means which is all-pervading, is called Vishnu. Fortunately or unfortunately, we put that name to one of our gods. Fine. There's nothing wrong with that name also. We are not unhappy with that. That Vishnu is also all-pervasive only. That's why Vishnu means all-pervasive, and Nitya Vishnu. Nitya is eternal. Eternal means imperishable. Always there. Nitya Vishnu. In the eternal, all-pervading reality Vishnu. In the previous sloka, Parameshware, he has said, Upadane Akhiladhare Jaganti Parameshware. Parameshwara, Lord Shiva with snakes and all. No. He is again talking about the same Param. So he is introducing your known words and asking you to slowly delete that particular significance of that word and move to the higher. When you say Vishnu or Ishvara, they are nothing but the Parameshwara. Even we ourselves are Parameshwara. Why not Vishnu and Shiva? Definitely they are Parameshwara. So he has introduced Parameshwara. Next verse he is going to introduce Krishna. So his known terminology only he is putting and then trying to explain these are nothing but that. Okay. Nitya Vishnu, in the Nitya Vishnu, in the eternal Vishnu, in Vishnu, the wind, in the eternal, all-pervading reality. Prakalpitah. The next word is prakalpitah. Prakalpita is a very powerful word in Vedanta. Kalpita, projected, imagined, thought of, mental idea, which is a projection. For example, the best projection you have is the sleep. Sleep is a projected world. Like that, you have several projections. This gentleman is very good. That gentleman is very rich. Some projections we have. May be real, may not be real. So mind projects several. And this is not simple projection. Prakalpita. Prakalpita very powerfully projected. Pra in Sanskrit is prakrishta, means powerful, very powerfully projected. What is projected? Vyaktayah, vividhah, sarvah. Three words here. Vyaktayah, vyakti. You know the word vyakti? Vyakti means what is already manifest. Vyaktam iti vyakti. What is available for observation is vyaktam. Vyaktayah, all those available for observation. By how? By your five senses, you can observe things. All those vyaktayah. How are they? Are they one? Vividha. They are very, very different. Chaitanya is different, Lakshman is different, Srinu is different, Reshmi is different, I am different, Vividha. Maybe something is excluded in this. No, Sarva. Everything you see, and that too you see differently, is there projected. By whom? Projected by that gentleman. It is a projection of a projection in the Param. How? He gives an example every time. Hatake kataka divat. Hataka is gold. Hataka is gold. Okay. Kataka is bangle, ring, earring, chain. They're projected from gold. In fact, these ornaments are nothing but gold only. These are various manifestations of gold. But what is the essence of each of these objects? Only gold. So if you go to the goldsmith and show him the ring and a chain, he will not see whether it is ring or chain. He will only see what is real gold or not, how much is the weight, and he will tell this is the cost of this. Either you want to sell or buy, he only takes the gold into account. Okay, so that is how. Now again, let us read with this particular understanding. Satchidatmani anusyute Nitye Vishnau Prakalpita Vyaktayo Vividha Sarva Hatake Kataka Divat Satchidatmani, Satchit yourself, Atma is self, Satchit self, in that, which is that Nitye Vishnu, which is eternal and all pervasive. No, you may say, Atma, oh, it is there in me, it is not there. No, it is all pervasive, and when it is all pervasive, it is also in you. That's all. Nitye Vishnu, Prakalpita, Prakristena Kalpita, very powerfully projected. Where is the projection happening? In Vishnu only the projection. What is Vishnu? Not the Vaikunthavasi. The Vishnu is all pervasive. Nitye Vishnu Prakalpita. What is projected? Okay, maybe Reshmi is projected, maybe Lakshman. No. Yes, Sarva. Everything is projected. Okay, projected as one? No. Many. Vividha Sarva. What are those things? Vyaktayo vividha sarve. What are available for observation? Everything you conceive in this universe is a projection, including the stars, galaxies, earth, moon, sea, anything you name. Everything, including the smallest ant. Everything is a projection in the vision. Kalpita is a projection. It is not real. It is a projection. We have to understand why it is not real. Okay, you understood the word meaning. So the substance could be something like this. All varied manifestations, all varied creations, are superimposed or projected upon what? The eternal, all-pervading Vishnu, all-pervading Chaitanya or Vishnu. Who is what? The nature of existence consciousness, nature of absolute existence consciousness, Atman, Satchidatman. Just as all the bangles, earrings, necklaces are all projected and superimposed on the gold. The factually, why gold has got that much value? Because every ornament can be converted back into gold. It is not because it is a earring, it is valuable. It is because the substance underlying thing is valuable. You are valuable because why? You are the underlying substance is Atman, not because of the body. So that is the idea. Okay. Now, Adhara, Adheya, Sambandha. Last time he has introduced Adhara. Adhara means substrate. The Adheya means which is sitting on that. So Adhara is Paramatma. All the expressed world, manifold world, is sitting on that Paramatma. It's a projection on that. So just like the screen is there, which is the Adhara, all the images of them are projected. They're there. We are seeing emotions. We are seeing duet songs. We are seeing comedy. We are seeing all sorts of violence also on the screen. But the Adhara is the one which is making it happen. And these are the projections on that screen. Like a screen example, the world is a projection on the Adhara. The Adhara is the substratum. Adheya is one which is superimposed on that. Okay. How it is superimposed? Nama and Rupa. So if I want to know this gentleman, only two ways. Either I must know his name and call him Srinivas, or I can tell him he looks like this, he wore this color, you go and find out. You may not know him, but you will pick him up and find out from the people outside. Rupa, Nama and Rupa. The entire world is name and form and associated action. Nama, Rupa, Kriya, Bheda. Bheda is difference. Nama is name, Rupa is this one. Nama is the sound, Rupa is the eye. If I say Srinivas, without seeing him, you know I'm talking about such. That is the Nama. Rupa is if I show her, you get up, means I'm showing her, so she knows. Even if I don't talk, it means that's the Rupa. And then the Kriya, the action associated. Now he's connecting those things. Okay? But now, what is the substratum? Parameshwari. Last time we read. What is the what is talked about the projector? Who is projecting? Who is the substratum here for projection? Sat Chit Atma. In that Sat Chit Atma, everything is being projected. What is that everything? That everything is world of plurality. Vividhah, Sarvah, and then three words he has used. Vividha, Sarva, and Vyaktayah. Vyaktayah vividha sarva. Manifest, manifold, manifest world is projected. Okay. On which it is projected? Satchidatma. What is that nature of the Atma? It is all pervasive. Vishnu. It is the Vishnu on which it is projected. Please remove the concept Vishnu, Parameshwara, Vigneshwara, Shakti are not what we are doing worship in our house. That's a different story. We have moved a little higher and looking at them as the informal, non-formal. Why Satchidatma? Sat is which is ever existing. It is never negated. All the three times it is there. In the past, in the future, in the present. It is eternal. Eternal means it is not limited to the time. So Sat means eternal existence. Chit means self-revealing. Are you self-revealing or not? You know that you are. So you don't have to ask your wife, am I there? Will you ask her and then come and say you are self-revealing. Whereas this bottle is not self-revealing. Isn't it? If somebody has to tell this is a bottle, there must be a rail engine. Very powerful. Is it self-revealing? Does it know where it is? In which station? There must be one driver sitting, no, this is Bangalore, can't. So you have to stop here. So power is not important. Self-revealing. An ant is very less powerful compared to a rail engine, but it is having self-revealing. It knows where to go. When there is sugar, it goes that side. When there is an obstruction, it overcomes. So that is the self-revealing. That self-revealing Atman is the innermost self. Okay. World, what is the nature of the world we are discussing? It is Vyakta, that it means it is project, it is available for observation and it changes, it is appearance and appears and disappears. Everything appears and disappears. Today morning sun appeared and this day disappearing in another few hours. Another day is coming. All our lives are also like that. But the consciousness, all pervading consciousness, never disappears. That is why it is called Chit. Chit is the consciousness. Sat. Sat is ever existing. Chit is the consciousness. And it is Vishnu. Vishnu is all pervasive. No, you cannot localize and say it is here. So unlocatable to a particular place. For example, you go to Balaji Tirupati, that particular Murti is available there only. But as Vishnu, he is available everywhere. Okay? Vishnu is not the Puranic Vishnu we are talking about. So, she's talking about the phenomenal world. What is the phenomenal world? What is phenomenon? Phenomenon means which comes and goes. It will have some time. That's it. Water. Bottle. Bottle is not such a bottle. That's what we'll come to that. This is Sat only. It has got existence. But Chit is not manifest. Why it is not manifest, I will tell. Chit is there, but it's not manifest. Like electricity is going on in a wire. Wherever the bulb only, there will be the glow. In the wire, the electricity is not seen. So when there is a medium to express, then it will manifest. That is the upath. We are coming to that. Okay. It doesn't have a medium to express itself. Whereas you have a medium to express itself. That's why Chit is also seen here. Chit is not seen here. Sat is there. Every laptop is existing. So the Chit is not available because it is not able to reflect the consciousness. It is there. Sat and Chit are all pervasive. Sat and Chit are like two sides of the coin. You cannot separate Sat and Chit. Oh, yes, said Sat, Chit. There are two things. One Sat, one Chit. You cannot count like that. Why? If you want to know that you must exist, isn't it? Yes. When you exist only, you know. Knowing is Chit. If you know that you are already existing. So knowing is existing, existing is knowing. Sat is Chit, Chit is Sat. There are two expressions of the same. Okay. Now, Vyaktayo Vividha Sarva, all the varied manifestations. Manifest, Vyakta, manifest, Avyakta, unmanifest. All Vyakta Rupas, how many are there? Many, manifold. Vividha, Vividha. Okay, Sarva, all. There is no exception to this. That means names, forms, objects, experiences, galaxies, universes, power, everything that is expressed is Vyaktayo Vividha Sarve. Okay? Vyaktayo Vividha Sarva Prakalpitah. That is superimposed. They are being projected. They are not real. Why? Like ornament and gold analogy. Hatake Kataka Divat. Hataka is gold, Kataka. Can you show me a golden ornament without gold? Can you show me a pot, earthen pot without clay? Can you show me a water bubble without water? Means whatever name and form, you say bangle, you say ring, you say chain, you say something else, it's only name and form, but they don't have name and form on themselves, they cannot stand. There must be an underlying reality. That reality is you have a name, she has a name. This name and form cannot stand without the Satchit in you. The Satchit is the one which is supporting you. And that is the one you speak from. That's why the gold example. Okay? Brahman alone is real. World is name and form. Okay? Brahman is real. World is name and form. The essence of this analogy is what? What is the analogy here? Analogy is gold and ornament. I cannot have a golden ornament without gold. And where is the gold in the ornament? There is a necklace. Show me gold. Where is it? Where is it? All over. All over the ornament, the gold is there. This is what is called all pervasiveness. Vishnu, Sarvavyapaka. Bhagavan is Sarvavyapaka. Gold is Sarvavyapaka in all the ornaments. You show me, supposing this is a woven out of cotton. Show me a place where cotton is not there. So show me a place in the ornament only. Show me a place where gold is not there. Every part is gold. So the analogy here is not only it is the essence, and it is also all pervasive. Likewise, the Brahman also is eternal, all pervasive, substratum, the person who is the subject of all the things. Okay. Now, so we have a psychological bondage. Supposing I see my son or you see your children, you have a bondage. You feel that they are yours. It's natural. This is expected that we will have as human beings. We have emotions, we have mind. Mind projects this is yours and this is not yours. This is good, this is not good. This projection is there. This is a psychological bondage we have. That psychological bondage makes me do what? To have attraction to something, to have repulsion to something. So that raga and dvesha. So these are the samsare swapnavat sarve raga dveshadi sankulaha. Earlier we have read that. Okay. Now, multiplicity, supposing I wanted to avoid the raga and dvesha, I don't have to destroy the multiplicity. Let the manifold nature, the vividha, the nanatva or the vividhatva or the manifold nature be there. What I all need to understand is these differences are man-made. These differences are in my mind. The underlying non-difference only I wanted to see. I am not interested in looking at the difference. Okay, difference is not denied, but difference is understood, is a part of the projection. So, the ornament you may like one ornament compared to another ornament. Nobody says, no, you only wear this type of ornament. It's okay. But as long as you understand the substratum is the gold, okay, the ornament is given the existence by the gold. Paramatma is giving existence to you by the Sat. And gold doesn't give the knowingness, but here Paramatma gives the knowingness also, the awareness also, the Chit also to me. Okay, it's all about the first verse. Then there is a lot of discussion about this. I have put it in the PDF. You can read the remaining things. Let us read this verse once again. Okay. Satchidatmani Anusyute Niche Vishnau Prakalpeta Vyaktayo Vividha Sarva Hatake Kataka Divat Satchit Atmani. Sat, the existence absolute. Chit, the awareness absolute. There are several relative awarenesses. He is not talking about that. The absolute awareness. So knowing this as a bottle is the relative awareness. The absolute awareness, absolute Sat. Anusyute. Everything is interwoven in that. It is Nitye, eternal. It is Vishnu, all pervasive. In that, Prakalpita, very powerfully projected. What is projected? Vyaktayaha, all manifest. Vividha, manifold. Sarvaha, don't exclude. There is no exclusion in this. The Ukraine war is in this. The little bit of porridge in our house also is. Everything is there. Yaktaya sarve hatake katakadi. How? Every small ornament or a big ornament, everything is made up of the same. Okay, we'll go to the next verse. Every verse he gives a beautiful analogy to understand. Now, Yathakasho Hrushikesho Nanopathigato Vibhuhu Tattedhat Pinnavathati Tannase Kevalo Bhavet. Now, I said he has introduced the concept of Upadhi, but I did not tell you what is Upadhi. So, you are there, he is there, she is there, everyone is there. Each one is a Upadhi. For what? For the Chaitanya to express itself. The Chaitanya Satchit, the Sat and Chit to be expressive, it as pure Sat and Chit, it cannot express. It requires an Upadhi. Upadhi has got two words, Upa, Adhi. Upa, Adhi. The word Upa in Sanskrit is precisely very near. Very near. Upa is very near. Adhi means lends its properties to the other one. If it lends its properties to the other one, it is called Upadhi. For example, you sit on a carpet. The carpet is dirty. Okay, what will happen? Your white shirt and white pants will get the dirt. It has lent. It has lent the dirt to you. But it is not Upadhi. Why? It has really given the dirt. But here, it is only apparent giving. The difference between the contact, whatever things we get from other attachment, is a direct transfer of the attribute or property to this one. Okay, you put a pan on the stove and heat it. Can you touch the pan after 5 minutes? No. Why? Because the heat has lent its property to the pan. Okay. But it can be separated. The moment it is really lent, because you are making dosha and chapati on that. But after, when you put off this off, 15 minutes can become. So, an upadhi is not like that. Upadhi should be near, number one condition. Number two is it must give its property to the next one and give the property without actually giving it. How is it possible? That is what you are. That is what you are. Upadhi is, you have your properties. What are your properties? Your name, your height, your weight, your possessions, all these things are your properties. These properties are so close to the Sat and Chit. First of all, they should be close. They are close. These properties have to be given. They are given and made you understand that the Atma is itself limited. It is giving as though it is giving its properties to that. But in Upadhi definition is what? It should not really give. It should give as though only. Can I get any other example? There is a rope. Last week example only. There is an oyster shell. There is a silver. Okay. The oyster shell is the upadhi. The upadhi of the silver is superimposed on the oyster shell. Really, the silverness is not given to that. So here also, there is no real giving. In upadhi, three things are essential. The object and what you are considering, two objects, should be nearby. Otherwise, they cannot be upadhi. Second thing is, the attributes of A must be superimposed on the other without actually transferring to the other. If you actually translate the carpet and dirt example, or the pan and the heat example, actual transfer has occurred. Here there is no actual transfer. So what we are doing is, we are mistaking our attributes and saying these are Paramatma's attributes. We are saying he is one Atma, she is one Atma, he is one Atma. Because we are divided, we think we are having many Atmas, which is not possible. Because it is Upadhi only. Upadhi can give the properties, all right, but cannot really give the properties in the real sense. What is your property? Divisiveness. Name, form, some attribute. You cannot give it to the Atma is attributeless. Atma is divisionless. Atma is Nitya, whereas we are Anitya. This Anitya, the Rupa, Nama, Kriya, we think as though that transferred onto the Atma. That is the Upadhi to start with. We'll learn it more about that. Let's come to this one. Now, okay, you are saying we are not divided, we are only one. Only by name and form we are divided. But is it not a real division that I am separate, she is separate? You can see definitely, I can go here, she can go that way, but still we are not separate. You are saying, how is it possible? For example, I ask her to go to this side, she can go west. You can go east. You are separated. When you go to office, you are in the office, your wife is somewhere, but you are saying that you are not separate. You are one and the same. How is it possible? Now this verse is answered. Yathakasho Hrishikesho Nanopathigato Vibhuhu Tatvedhat Vinnavat Tannashe Kevalo Bhavet. Okay. So anybody recently constructed a house? You are living in a good house. All of you are in good villas. So naturally, how many rooms you have, Kailash, Kameshwar? Yes, hall, kitchen, washrooms, veranda. How many spaces you have in your house? Only one space. Space is only one. You only made it into 4 rooms. Supposing I bring in one more partition in your bedroom, then it becomes part A bedroom, part B bedroom. Or I demolish one wall between the 2 bedrooms. Then what will happen? Still it will be only one space only. We are mistakenly by the Upadhi. There the Upadhi is what? The room, the wall. The wall is the Upadhi. To divide the space, this particular big space of this community is divided by the Upadhis. Villa E26, Villa Samarpan Villa, that villa, this villa, different villas. Supposing one bulldozer comes one overnight when we are sleeping and demolishes all the walls, then what will happen? Only one Chaitanya Bharathi. That's what exactly is saying. Imagine it. Not that nobody is doing that. At a time comes, it might happen. Suppose there is a big earthquake and all the buildings have collapsed. Then there won't be individual villas, only one space will be there. Okay. Yathakasho, just like in the sky, in the space. Akasha here is not the blue one you see. Space, S-P-A-C-E, space. This is called Akasha in Vedanta. But the blueness of sky is due to various other things we know. Yathakasho Hrishikesho, in the Hrishikesha. Who is Hrishikesha? In Bhagavad Gita, you will say Hrishikesha is Lord Krishna. But here he is not talking about Lord Krishna. He brought that word to tell you it is not about Lord Krishna here. Just like Parameshware and also Vishnu, here Hrishikesha. Hrishika, the actual meaning is, Hrishika is your Indriya, your senses. Your 5 motor senses, 5 sensory senses are there. These are the 10 indriyas you have. 5 motor senses and 5 jnana indriyas, the input and the output channels. And the one who is ruling over that is the Isha. Rishika Isha. Rishika plus Isha. Rishikesha. The Lord of the Indriya. Without that Lord, these Indriyas are nothing. The Lord only is making me to use the Indriyas. So Lord's power is enabling me to talk to you now, enabling me to see him, enabling me to differentiate that boy from this. That is the Hrishikesh. The word Hrishikesh is the overseer, the Lord, the power of the Indriyas. Is compared to what? Akasha. Akasha is like the Hrishikesha. Hrishikesha is one. But we are so many are there. Nanopathi. Gato vibhuhu upadhi. I told you individual vyaktis, individual appearances are upadhis. These upadhis are nana upadhigataha vibhuhu. The word vibhuhu is same as Vishnu. Vishnu means Vibhu. If you name somebody as Vibhu, another child Vishnu, the Sanskrit meaning is same. That is Sarva Vyapaka, all pervasive, in and through, interwoven. That is the Vibhu. So Vibhu, Rishikesha, now Upadhigataha, he is there in every Upadhi as though there are many. How? Tad Vedavat Bhinna. Because of the Upadhi Veda, he appears as though Vedavat. This Vat is a very powerful phrase in Sanskrit. Like, akin to, just like, not the real. So I say, you are like an intelligent man. If I say, means what? You are not intelligent. You are like an intelligent. I say, you are an intelligent man. I say, it's a prize. You look like an intelligent man. You speak like an intelligent man. Means you are in reality. You look like a beautiful woman. I should not say, you are a beautiful woman. I should say. Okay, so there the like immediately says it is not. The underlying meaning of like is there is something which is real and this is akin to that. Okay, yad vedavat bhinna bhinnavat bhati, as though different, bhinnavat, as though different, bhati is shining, is available. Tannashe, one should dissolve tat. What is that upadhi? Once you dissolve upadhi, kevala bhavet, only one will be there. So I told you, these villas, suppose all the villas are demolished. Only one is there. All the Bangalore is demolished. Only one will be there. All the cities in India are demolished. Only one space will be there. All the world space is demolished. Only one eternal space will be. So all these differences are created, that upadhi, because of the upadhi, the differences are created. Just as you say this is bedroom, this is hall, this is this one. In fact, there is only one space. The space is only one. We call it as by three things. One, rupa karya samakhyascha, means rupa, by the shape of the room. Okay? By the rupa karya, by the function of the. I say this is kitchen, this is washroom, this is veranda, this is my bedroom. That my is very important, no? Every time I have to say, this is my villa, this is my bedroom. How long? Immediately they will change the name. They will just wait for 1 week. Then mutation. Kata, your name will not be there. Somebody else's name will come. Whoever is hiring. Okay, we think that my. Okay, this is my bedroom, this is kitchen, this is hall. All these we are saying because of the upadhi. In fact, the single space, single akasha is only divided as though manifold by the upadhi. Likewise, the single Rishikesha, single controller of all the indriyas, the Vibhuhu, the Sarva Vyapaka Vishnuhu, a Parameshwara. The same thing all means Parameshwara, Vishnu, Rishikesha is introducing purposefully, he has brought those words. Because we have particular understanding, oh, Rishikesha, Krishna, the blue gentleman, Vishnu, the four hands, Vaikuntha, Parameshwara, Kailasa. Put them aside. That's not the idea we want to say. All are all pervasive tattvas only. Whether you say Krishna or Vishnu or Shiva, we have no problem. All are all pervasive. All are Rishikesha. All are Vibhu. All are Sarvavyapaka. In them, the world is projected as though many. With what is the example? Akashavat. Just like the space is divided by you yourself into various spaces. This is India. Don't come here. You are Pakistanis. As though, can we divide the space into Pakistan and India? We only are creating that difference and fighting. Every day, Ukraine war, Christian war, this war, that war, because we identify ourselves with the minus or the position of that particular area. Okay, let the difference, the Vyavaharika continue. But what we have to understand is these differences are for some Vyavahar. Why I say this is Chaitanya community? For Vyavahara's sake, I should not get everybody else to enter here and disturb the peace here. That's why there is a compound wall, there is security. Vyavahara is important. But understand the space here is the space everywhere. The differences in the names of the space, in the form of the space, and in the function of the space will be different only functionally, not in the absence. Rupa, Karya, Samakhya. Samakhya is name, Rupa is form, Karya is function. Rupa, Karya, Samakhyascha vichyante tatra tatra vai. Akashastu na vedosti tadvad jiveshu nirnaya. Mandukyam, what we have. That also will say. Okay? Now let us get to each word. Yatha akashaha, just as the space. Rishikeshaha, the Lord of the senses. Means what? Not Lord Krishna here. Pure consciousness or Atman, which we have said as Satchit earlier. The same Satchit only is a Rishikesha. Nana Upathikataha, associated with many Upathis. Upadhi is a limited adjunct. Upadhi we defined, it must be limited. It cannot be like, Paramatma unlimited. First it is limited, then it must be close to the something else, and it must transfer the properties. Not really transfer the properties, as though transfer the properties. Children will be playing, with this one. There will be a gas stove for the child, 5 or 6-year-old, 7-year-old girl, and she cooks as though she is cooking. Is she cooking? There is no real gas stove. There is no pressure cooker, but there will be a toy cooker. She cooks in that and gives you, Mama, I cooked this, you eat. As though. Like with as though Eva, like that. Okay. Tad Bhedat, due to the differences in the limited adjuncts, the upadhis, Bhinnavat Bhati appears as though divided. There is no real division. Tarna se, once you negate the upadhi or the adjunct, Kevalo Bhavet. Kevala is one. Alone, non-dual one is. What is the meaning? Just as all pervading self, the Rishikesha, appears to be divided in association with different conditioning upadhis, different conditioning entities. This is bottle, this is table, that is this one. Like that we divide it as though this is something like the same Akasha is being felt as though it is divided. Room space, this space, that space, like that. This is called the Avachedavada in this one. Avachedavada means you condition something and say this is limited to this. In fact, it is not. So there is air here. Can you limit the air? No, it is all pervasive. Can you limit the sunlight? It is all pervasive. But you can put an upadhi and shield the sunlight, not come inside. It's only your mind. But in general, there is a servant's poor man's hut is there. There is a very rich man's bangla is there. Does the sun discriminate? This is poor man's hut, that is a big great man's hut. It does not. It shines equally. We are only saying this is poor man and that is rich man. Because of the upadhi. So once you negate means don't destroy. So if I say, I want to say, to demonstrate to you that the house in your house, in space in your house is only one. I don't have to physically demolish the walls. Mentally you can think, oh yeah, these are only I divided. I can redivide it in a way I want. Or I can have a bigger room, remove one wall and make it a bigger. That's what you know. So that is why mentally you can divide. These upadhis you don't have to destroy to know the Paramatma. Upadhi will be there. Supposing you wanted to know the pot is made up of clay, do you require it to demolish the pot? Not required. If you want to know the ornament is made up of gold, you don't have to melt it. So let the ornament be there. What you perceive is the gold. Let the pot be there. What you perceive is the clay. Let the people be divided in their appearance, in their manifold nama and rupa and the function. Because that's important for Vyavahara. Nama, Rupa and Kriya are the functionalities essential for survival. Let the differences be there. Advaita never asks to destroy the difference. Let the differences be there as it is, but you try to slowly see the oneness among the different things. Among the many different things, see that oneness. What is that oneness? In this verse, it is called Hrishikesa. Previous world, it is called Vishnu. That is called Satchit. In the previous verse, it is called Parameshwara. That is the Athara, that is the Upadana, that is the Nimitta, and that is the one which is all pervasive and projecting everything, Parikalpita. And here the Upadhibheda only is making us believe that these are a partless one is appearing as though it is parted. A partless whole is appearing as though it is parted. Okay. So this is directly addressing the problem of the jivas. All of us are, why am I not different from her? We earlier said, you are not different. But you contested, I can go this side, she can go that side. That's okay. As an upadhi, you can separate. But the underlying Chaitanya, can you take away the Chaitanya away from her? Her Chaitanya is same as your Chaitanya. Her existence absolute is same as your awareness absolute. That is the same thing. Atmananda Sakshi Chaitanya. So, here Jiva Sharira, Aikya only is being taught. So, what is that happening? We are conditioning by the Upadhi. We are limiting by the Upadhi. Just the Upadhi do its function. All right. Let you not corrupt yourself in your mind. This Upadhi is different from that Upadhi. Because the underlying substratum, Chaitanya, Atma is one and the same. Okay. There are one another type of adhyasa you need to know. There is a crystal. I have a red flower, hibiscus. Hibiscus flower I have put near the white, transparent crystal. Look from this side how the crystal looks like. Red. Okay. I remove the flower. What happened to that? The crystal, it's clear. Put it back. Again the redness has come. So, the upadhi of the red flower is making the crystal look as though red. Okay? But did it really impart the redness? No. Because the moment I remove it, I don't have to do any special effort to wash off the redness from the crystal. It has imparted temporarily as though its qualities are there in the crystal. Okay, the moment the upadhi is removed separately, the crystal is clear. This is called the samsarga adhyasa. The other example, that carpet is dirty, you sat on that, the dirt is there, it corrupted your pant and your dress. Then it is transferred really. Then you have to go and wash separately. Another process is required to clear the dirt. That is not upadhi. Upadhi is, it lends its property to some other one which is adjacent as though it is giving and not really giving. Suppose the crystal is here and flower is in the reception. Can it give red color to this? No. They must be opa. They must be nearer to one. Okay. So,
does the distance really matter? Can we say the moonlight is, sun is the upadhi of the moonlight?
Yeah. No, moon is the upadhi of sunlight. Moon is the upadhi of sunlight. So sun gives as though moon is shining. Moon is not shining. So if the moment sun goes, moon is again dark only.
Distance is not
in that context, distance is not. They are close only. Because the sunlight can travel as far as the moon. So if it can travel that far, that's enough. Sunlight can travel to moon. Suppose it cannot travel to some other planet. That will not be illuminated. That's why you are not seeing some planets which are not illuminated. Because of the distance probably or the angulation or whatever. Okay. So upadhi has got three things. One, there must be two substances. They must be so close together in whatever way it is required. And one should have a different attribute than the other. Suppose that flower also is like a crystal flower. Then what it will do? It will not do anything. It must have a different attribute and the difference should be transferred and not as really transferred but as the transfer. Then only it is possible. Now you have a different attribute than Parabrahma. You are divided. You are tall, you are short, you are this, you are rich, you are poor, you are colored, you are this caste, you are that. All these differences are there. Paramatma doesn't have any differences. So definitely they are too apart, too wide apart in their qualities. Okay, that is all pervasive, you are limited. And now you have come close, that is very much evident. Your Atma and you are very close. And your bodies or minds, things you are projecting to the Atma as though Atma is also limited. But it cannot really limit the Atma. Can it limit? Because the moment the Upadhi is taken away, I don't have the limitation. Exactly like how the walls in the house divide the space as though divided, but it is not divided. Okay? So that is that. Again, we will read. These PDFs you have to read because I cannot cover the whole message in half an hour. Because half an hour only I am taking for one verse. So each verse may require 3 or 4 hours. But why I am leaving it to the PDF? Because you people are quite knowledgeable, you can read and understand. I only expect you to come out with any doubts after reading. I don't know whether you people are reading. You read them. Okay? Yathakasho hrishikesho नानोपाधिगतो विभुः तद्भेदात् भिन्नवत् भाति तन्नाशे केवलो भवेत् Yatha, just like Akashaha, similar to the space, Rishikeshaha, the Paramatma, the all-pervasive oneness, Satchit Atma, the Vishnu, Nana Upadhigataha, he is there in the different upadhis. Though he is a Vibhu, he is a Sarva-Vyapaka, there is no place where he is not there. Sarva-Vyapaka means everywhere. Nana Upadhigataha. Tad bhedat, upadhi bhedat, abhedam, because of the upadhis, bhinnavat bhati, as though they are separate. Tannashe, when you annul the upadhi concept, kevalo bhavet, one. Like what? Yatha kasho, like the akasha. Akasha is not undivisible, one unit. Do you think the akasha in America is different from the akasha here? One person wanted to know what is Akasha. He traveled all the way to Rishikesha, asking everybody what is Akasha, what is Akasha. Everybody, that is Akasha. He still continued. He met one Swamiji in Rishikesh and asked him, what is Akasha? Why do you want to know? No, I'm searching for Akasha. Where did you start? I started in Bangalore in Chaitanya Smaran or Samarpan and I came out and I'm searching for Akasha. The moment you have, before you put your foot out to start searching, you are already in Akasha. We are in space only. Why did you come all the way here? Akasha is where you are already located. Your very existence is in the Akasha. So Akasha in Vedanta comes very close to the Paramatma. If at all there is a comparable thing to understand about the Paramatma, Akasha is the best comparison. Why? Akasha is undivisible. Paramatma is only one undivided. Akasha does not have attributes. Paramatma does not have attributes. Akasha does not change. Paramatma also does not change. Akasha is one as though it is divided by many rooms and spaces. Paramatma is one as though divided by many spaces. Like that, so many analogies. This analogy is very close. That is why in Mandukya Upanishad, this Akasha Dushtanta is taken to a very great discussion to say it is almost like Parabrahma. There are some differences also. Akasha being a product, it cannot be Parabrahma. If you are comparing two things, both of them are identical, then no comparison is required, isn't it? This will be that. There must be some difference, but many similarities. Supposing you have a twin sister, and there will be many similarities between you and your twin sister, but still there are minor differences. Then only you compare, isn't it? Comparison.
What's the main difference between Akasha and Parabrahma?
Akasha and
The others.
Paramatma. Yeah, very near. That's what I.
It's the main in one word. Can you really?
What are the differences you want me to know? What are the difference between Akasha and this one?
There are many differences. But which is the most important difference between
Akasha and
Yeah. So there are-
Akasha is experienceable. Can I experience space? I cannot see. Can I experience space? Supposing you are in the lift, four people are there. Another person is there is no place. You say, how can experience the limitation of space? If there is a suitcase, you are packing things. No, the suitcase has no space. Don't put in the suitcase, put it in the bag. You are experiencing availability or non-availability of space.
Kasha means space. Non-space is God.
It's not non-space. Akasha is also a projection of the God. Also is projected. Vayu is projected. Bhumi is projected from the same eternal truth. That way, Akasha is a product. Paramatma is the producer or the cause. Cause effect. Like that. We'll go into that a little later. You understand, as we go by, we know the differences between Akasha and this one. But there are many similarities between space and Parabrahma. So use that as the analogy. Now, did you understand today's two concepts? One is the Upadhi concept. Upadhi concept means it is making us, the Upadhi means, I told you, three attributes, it should be satisfied. And we are all the Upadhis for the Chit and Sat to express. And these Upadhis are expressed where, projected where? In that Sat Chit Atma. That Sat Chit Atma is also called Vishnu. Okay. Now, how they are projected? Just as ornaments are projected in the good. That is the first one. The second one says, just as the space apparently is divided, appears to be divided, though Paramatma is undivided, universal, one whole, it appears as though condition divided by different people, places, and things like that, experiences. This division, apparent division, is not a real division. So don't fix yourself too much on the appearance or appearance, and you fix on something which is the real thing. That real thing is Rishikesa. Rishikesa is same as the Vishnu, same as the Parameshwara in the previous one. And here we are not talking to any formal gods or any Puranic gods. We are talking about the universal ones. Okay. Understood? So, okay, we'll say Shanti Mantra. So it is there in your file. Shanti Mantra. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti